You've probably heard of sister cities, and you're almost certainly paying for them.
Yeah!
Sister city agreements are formal relationships between cities in New Zealand and cities overseas. Ostensibly, they strengthen cultural, educational, and economic ties. But do they really? And if they do, is it actually significant enough to justify the junkets and the lavish ceremonies and celebrations that come with them? These parties aren't cheap either. Last year, the Wellington City Council hosted a $98,000 banquet, in part for the mayor of its sister city, Islay. No one brings a plate to these events. And to be clear, I doubt you're invited to any of these parties. I, for one, never seem to make the list. So we at the Taxpayers Union have been thinking, do the people who fund sister city relationships even know where these cities are? Wellington's got a brood of 12 on its books. We went down to Lambton Quay to see if anyone would be able to name them.
Yeah!
We're on Lambton Quay to chat to some residents of Wellington City to see what they know about their sister cities and if they think they're getting value for their ratepayer dollars. So let's start. Number one, can you point to any of Wellington's sister cities on this map?
Sister cities?
Sister cities?
No.
No idea. I think Christchurch is with sister city to Adelaide, maybe?
I think there's one in Japan, Beppu or Kyoto or something like that.
Sister cities? I don't even know what that is.
I'll let you do that.
Well, can you name any of Wellington's sister cities?
No.
Do you know how many sister cities Wellington has?
No.
Do you know how many sister cities Wellington has?
Is it two? Well, there's a lot of sisters in the group, is there?
There are a few.
There are a few, okay. More than one?
How many would you guess?
I'm not too sure. I'd go with 4 or 5.
Oh, no, I have no idea. 10?
There are 12. You're actually the closest so far. Have you ever heard of a sister city before today?
No. First timers.
Do you think that's a good use of your ratepayer dollars?
Well, where are they?
I haven't really sort of thought about it and I don't really know what we get for it, but it's good to have relationships, I think.
It's common throughout the world, so I mean, if you criticise it, then it's you have to criticise the whole system globally, really.
So after talking to a few people today, it's pretty clear that even residents of Wellington that have been here well over a decade don't know who our sister cities are, how many there are, where they are, or even what a sister city is. Pretty clear that it's a waste of ratepayer dollars.
Shockingly, not a lot of ratepayers knew anything about any of Wellington's sister city relationships. And listen, if these agreements didn't cost anything and took up very little to zero of councillors' time, maybe that would be forgivable. But, as the Wellington City Council proved, these relationships get really expensive really quickly. That's because on top of all the luxurious trips to visit these cities, there's an ongoing pressure to match the hospitality shown by the other party. And New Zealand has a lot of sister cities. In addition to Wellington's 12, Christchurch has 7, and Auckland has 19. Tauranga has 4, even Invercargill has a couple. I could go on. And let's face it, it's difficult to believe that these relationships are particularly productive. Between all of them, sisterly love must be spread pretty thin. In the time it takes for me to say this sentence, the government has spent $25,068 taxpayer dollars. We are the group holding them to account for every cent. Join the Taxpayers Union at taxpayers.org.nz.